All right, things are fired up. Audio's good. The green light is on. So it looks like we are all set to go for another Super Robot Sundays here on Sound Goblin Gaming as we continue our playthrough of SD Gundam G Generation Crossrays. I'm Bograt, and the most tragic thing that's happened to me in the past 2 weeks is having to re-engage with Gundam Wing.
Ouch.
There are worse Gundam series.
I am the Krampus.
I'm Ship.
And I'm Vincent.
So to sort of address the elephant in the stream a little bit, you may have noticed we were on a little bit of a streaming break there. My mom passed away a couple weeks ago, and also a member of Sound Goblin Gaming, Hunter Green, had some medical issues going on as well that were very touch and go for a while, so we weren't really in a great mood to stream some games and provide levity and whatnot. But things are better now. Hunter is recovering and is not on stream today to allow for some more time to kind of get their voice back in shape and get better. And obviously my mom has not gotten better, but you know, we've gotten kind of through the rough patch. So yeah, we're back and should be back to our sort of normal streaming schedule. Fuga, Melodies of Steel, maybe on hold for a while or permanently, since we discovered that there are secret scenes of all the children pissing off the roof.
Yeah, it's been a lot to deal with. We're probably going to have a couple of one-shots since I found some Steam Next stuff that should show off.
But yeah, other than that, we will be pretty much back to our normal streaming schedule from here on. Poke Mondays, again, a little touch and go since Hunter's sort of a primary player in that. And we want to make sure that they're at, you know, maybe not 100%, but at least 80% before we kind of kick those off again. But we might do some off and on stuff on the Monday night slot as well until they're ready to go again. But yeah, with that all said, let's go ahead and get started for the Crossfire at Bulge, whatever the fuck you want to call it. I do want everyone to appreciate the sacrifices I am making here. I could be playing like a Dragon Ishin right now.
I am surprised you don't have the Steam Deck with it preloaded for the cutscenes.
The point I'm at in the game right now, I could not make any significant progress, even in the long-ass fucking cutscenes we have in fucking Wing. I'm in a place where it's going to be a lot of very extended gameplay sections. I mean, I suppose technically I could run over and play Mahjong, but yeah, longer time viewers of the channel and stream may remember that that is without a question my favorite game series of all time. So of course I pre-ordered Ishin, and so the pre-order thing is like 3-day early release because the game isn't technically out until Tuesday. I may have realized about halfway through the day yesterday that I had access to it, installed it. I currently have nearly 8 hours played. What the fuck is sleep? Pretty much as soon as we wrap this stream, I will go immediately back to playing it on the drive to and through the course of us having dinner. And then we'll probably slow down for our evening tabletop RPG, if only because I cannot have the Steam Deck both in gameplay mode and desktop mode at the same time, and I need to use it to have my character sheet up. I'm sure there's important shit going on here, but I doubt it. It's Wing.
No, like, human consciousness is not prepared to listen to Relina Peacecraft talk. As another aside, and something far more interesting than
Wing.
Wing.
So, grass growing,
Yeah.
golf.
So I'm playing Dying Light 2, and I am pleased to report that it takes you a while to get them. The drop kick is just as powerful. They have cranked up the ragdoll physics on it as high as they can go. And the stomp ability has been upgraded. It's no longer just you doing a kick to someone. You now literally jump and Goomba stomp somebody.
Wonderful. I did have another idea, by the way, and it's obviously, you know, one way or another we'll decide whether we want to do it, but another idea for a potential future, probably Tuesday slot game, just because we tend to do our sort of multiplayer stuff in Tuesday slot a lot of times. I feel like we should do actually a two-man playthrough of Power Wash Simulator, just as sort of a chill stream. we did the one shot a while, years ago now, where I did Euro Truck and, rant against Quebecois aside. It's just kind of a cool, like, little chilled experience to play and just chat about fucking whatever. So I was thinking, obviously we'll discuss it and whatnot, but I was thinking it could actually be an interesting thing to do, to sort of have a weekly stream where we hang out, we do something chill, and we like discuss like gaming news or upcoming movies or comics, whatever, fucking just sort of a nerd chat while power washing.
Sounds interesting.
Just because I've gotten way back into Power Wash Simulator recently, because I needed something chill and easy to do that just could let me sort of zone out. Also, just because it's actually a really fun game, and the storyline is fucking wild. I've reached the point where I have to go clean an ancient statue in order to stop a volcano from erupting and burning down the entire city.
Sure.
That tracks.
Oh god, it's a trigger word.
I was gonna say, start sobbing in control.
Peace is a trigger word throughout these entire games. But yes, especially in the Wing universe, peace is a crazy trigger word. Anyone tries to be a pacifist, suddenly they get an army up their ass. Colonies decide that we're not going to have weapons and just be pacifists up here. Nah.
Some kid in a high school being bullied, like, I don't want to fight you. Suddenly, a fucking Leo lands outside. We heard peace.
Hey, honey, I got this 500-piece jigsaw set. Wait.
Desist or be destroyed. God, now I want some sort of fucked up X-Men alt universe where the Sentinels are just anti-peace robots.
It's quiet. Too quiet.
Why aren't you fighting?
We have detected someone in here not throwing punches. From the outside, the Romefeller Foundation, Bremen residence, looks an awful lot like the Sank Kingdom castle.
Yeah, it's like they recycle assets all the time or something in these games. Duke Jermail, in his brilliant plan to unify and consolidate
Show them
power
damn
around
dirty spaceys.
No. His plan to unify and consolidate power around the world invited Relita into the Foundation, who undermined his power. Its very foundations. Jermail is not good at his job.
What the fuck is Dermail's job?
Attempting to be leader in this organization.
He's the idle rich.
Noble European aristocracy, vaguely. They're not very good at defining what the hell the Romefeller Foundation is in the first place. He is technically a duke. Like quasi Illuminati-esque, except not good at it.
Not very secret either.
No.
Like, everybody knows about the fucking existence of the Romefeller Foundation. Yeah, the secret power behind the throne. We know you're there.
We had a meeting in public last week.
Vince, can you do me a favor real quick and scroll down the audio thing just so we can make sure? Okay, thank you.
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah, I just like to make sure that nobody's spiking the mic.
Yeah. But if all the things to defeat your plan is Relina just talking, how?
No one is prepared for the Mary Sue.
Apparently.
Peace, 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 peace. Is it working?
Strangely, yes.
No. See, the peace isn't working is and no is IBO.
Now, granted, she works. She's working on a very simple task of convincing the people who already rule the entire planet that they don't need weapons anymore.
I have come to you today to ask for independence for Mars. We are going to kick the ever-loving shit out of you. We'll get there.
Yeah.
See, IBO has the opposite problem almost. Well, because as you keep pointing out, in Gundam Wing, it is quite literally the entire Earth government is unified. They are a singular government. They rule the entire Earth and technically the colonies as well. So who the fuck are they fighting? IBO has the reverse thing where there are still actually separate, sovereign, independent nations, and yet for some reason they allowed the greatest military force in existence to be the Space UN.
Yeah.
To be fair, that Space UN 300 years ago did save everyone from dying.
Yes, but it's still
Just a system that was put in place a while ago, no one got around to changing it.
Yeah. Yes, they were like, we are all separate, sovereign, independent nations of Earth. I think there's 5 or 6 of them, if I remember correctly, in the IBO universe. But at the same time, if Galahorn tells us to do something, we better, or they will kick the shit out of us.
So in fairness, if you actually had a realistic amount of separate nations on Earth, no one could actually write the series. Which is actually the inherent problem with that.
Yeah.
It's kind of a weird... It's kind of why the inherent sci-fi trope of practically every planet is an individual nation as opposed to being a collection of nation states.
Yeah.
That may or may not even be working together.
Well, and IBO gets around it because it doesn't actually come up until fairly late in the series of any importance that there are basically actual independent Earth nations.
Yeah, they're mostly not on Earth in the first place, so...
Yeah, and it isn't until they really get there and are basically told, no, we're not going to listen to you. We're not going to give independence to Mars. And then they have to kind of reroute their whole process because they're well... probably shouldn't stick around if we're still technically a subsidiary of a criminal organization. Why don't we second ourselves to become the private military of one of the independent sovereign nations? This certainly won't cause problems with Space UN, who are mostly entirely opposed to our existence, except for this one guy who sort of has his own plans, as dumb as they are.
They are very dumb. The only contact with IBO I have is through this game. Yeah, his plans are dumb.
So the thing is, and I mean, you'll probably kind of get this because I imagine you're probably going to watch IBO once we start getting to the point that it's going to come up in this game.
Yeah.
I genuinely think that even in universe, McGillis didn't actually solidify his plan until he was about 2/3 done with it.
Yeah,
he was flying by the seat of his pants for about 70% of his plan.
As opposed to in this universe where Milliardo / Zex and Trace don't even have a plan in the first place. They're just...
No.
They have a goal.
Well,
now, in fairness, that's not actually a criticism. This is that's not actually a criticism so much. That actually kind of works with all the other crap going on. You don't also need
yes,
the people in the background.
No, but it is. Zex and Trey's pretty much spend the entire series of Gundam Wing of my goal is to poke this thing here. Well, what's the point of that? I don't know. I want to poke it.
They do have an eventual end goal of, well, basically peace, because it's kind of the theme of the series. I mean, that being one of the stronger points of Wing in general, it is, if anything, it does actually stick to its theme and run with it.
It does. It just does a very bad job of A, explaining said theme, and B, having any of the progress towards said theme make any fucking sense.
Yes, again, it's bad at storytelling.
I mean, McGillis had a plan. It was just he had no real means to see it to the end. Is the real issue?
Well, no. The thing is, McGillis had about 6 plans at various points through the series, as Tekadon continued doing things he didn't expect, and was like, "Shit, adjust." Fine, we'll do it this way then.
McGillis' actual plan the whole time was to try and return, Yggdrasil to the ideal of what it was when it was first founded 300 some odd years ago. His plan for doing this was get the suit of the founder and then claim he's the leader, and basically position himself to be leader of the organization. But it doesn't make anyone have to listen to him. It's a real problem. He had no means to actually enforce the ideal he wanted.
I have the leader suit. That means I'm the leader. Dude, that's like not in our codexes anywhere.
It's like, just because that, doesn't mean the guy who really wants power is going to follow you at all.
Yeah.
And who actually has forces on his side. You're like one dude.
He has most of the military in this area. You're not going to...
McGill's had a plan and an idea. He just had no way to actually really implement that plan to his ideal.
Yeah.
I think part of it is that he just, for some reason, genuinely believed that everyone had such a gigantic hard-on boner for the old school chivalry that he did. So he just honestly believed well, if I show up piloting the suit of the first leader, everyone's gonna be like, oh well, you're the leader now. You have the suit, and it's I don't think anyone cares. It'd be like me going and putting on George Washington's wig and being like, I'm the president now.
He did actually position himself to be the leader of the organization. The only issue was that the people underneath him who had so much power didn't give a shit.
Yeah.
Also, that might be a more effective plan.
As long as you don't play a crystal flute. People get real uppity about that.
It's fine. I can't twerk anyways.
Why?
I like to take this this background as canon, and she's actually just speaking to an empty room.
Oh, someone's talking about
That's fine. This whole thing is televised worldwide. Secret organization.
Change the channel.
Really, we need to shut up. The peace sentinels are coming.
So I just screwed up one line of code. A positive was turned to a negative. These things happen.
It misspelled tether.
T-A-T?
Tether?
To that end, we're going to drag all the colonies down to Earth.
Very slowly, not crashing.
Oh, that one got away. Bye, Australia.
Well, this is awkward. Let's just pretend that was our plan all along.
Perfectly safe now.
Yep. Hero, like every character in the series, is not entirely sure what he's doing or what he's supposed to do at the moment.
But it's impossible for him to kill anyone he points a gun at.
Ow.
Your dumb speech has inspired us.
That is honestly the biggest issue with Wing, is she doesn't actually do any work to achieve this. She literally just shows up and is like, we should lay down our weapons. And everyone's like, I mean, okay. Despite the fact that it's spending the past, 40 episodes being like, no, we're secretly, behind the world government and, have to, develop new mobile suits and better weapons. And then she's just like, we shouldn't do that. And they're like, all right.
In fairness, the developing new mobile suits and better weapons was all happening in space and was mostly just Dermail and...
yeah, but it's still like...
And, what's his fuck face? I forget.
Yes, Dermail, the guy leading the Foundation, that nobody seemed to have a problem with developing new weapons and better mobile suits. If they actually wanted peace, somebody would have been like, "Hey, Dermail, why are we doing this?" But no, she gets up and gives one speech, and the majority of their organization is just like, "Oh, we're with her now."
There's a bit of difference in what's happening at one point or another, because before they conquer, overthrow, liberate Sang Kingdom, they're still basically at war with. Well, at that point, they're at civil war with themselves, but after that point, the Trace faction is basically gone, so there's no opposing force at that point. So it's slightly more understandable that somebody who isn't Raylena might have been able to convince them of, hey, how about we not have a bunch of weapons lying around so someone else can take them over and overthrow us?
Yeah. Did say they're gone without praise.
Aha.
Couldn't resist.
Cut his mic.
Actually, I think you do need to move your mic a little bit closer, speak closer into it. You're not picking up very well.
Yep.
And then this guy happens.
I don't even remember this guy.
That's fine. He kind of gets sidelined immediately by Miliardo.
So he's relevant for 2 episodes.
Yeah. Basically, he's the initial leader of White Fang before Miliardo takes over the role with the express purpose of failing.
He looks like a tall man from Phantasm wearing a denim jacket.
Yeah, no, Kunz basically shows up, recruits Miliardo, gets immediately supplanted by Miliardo, who's like, this organization's actually kind of dangerous. I need to stop this.
Yeah. At this point,
these idiots might accidentally succeed at something. I got to stop that from happening.
Yeah. And conversely, Trace takes... Well, okay, that's a few plot lines later, but Trace basically takes over the Roma Foundation with the express purpose of also losing.
Yes.
In order to basically a giant poster board saying war sucks.
By Dermail.
Yep. He died like he lived. Like a bitch.
He died like he lived, not understanding what was going on.
Oh no. Dermail is dead. So, what's for dinner? Yes, and Fang itself being some of the colonial resistance that was sort of behind the Gundam pilots or something, this part is kept incredibly vague.
Those people that we are told definitely existed, but we literally never saw any of them.
No, we saw precisely 5 of them.
Well, we saw the scientists.
We saw 10 of them. We saw the scientists and we saw the Gundam pilots who were technically a part of that organization, but decided that their plans were stupid. It's like, you're going to drop colonies on the planet. Okay, stop. That's dumb even for us, and we're wing protagonists.
How can you start a war with peacecraft blood in your veins? Pacifism is genetic.
I was about to say, man, his name is Peacecraft. How can he start a war? That's impossible. Not impossible, it's just ironic.
Old King Peacecraft is surely turning in his grave. Actually, you burned my father to death. He's in an urn.
The urn is gently wobbling, though.
Not only is
Burnt
he,
our castle so hard the stones caught fire.
Look, we're not here to point fingers about who burned whose ancestral home.
I'm putting myself in charge of this train wreck. Go and do something. Literally anything. I don't care.
Go back to school. You never actually graduated.
Don't set her free. She just wanders around and makes everything worse.
In this case, how? There's actually no way of making this
They'll find a
situation
way.
worse.
My controller has turned off twice since I hit the button to start this scenario.
We have yet to get to gameplay.
That's the other thing too, man. Wing is so much worse about this shit. All the other series in this do not have cutscenes like this.
So at the start of this, when we first started Wing, we were like, this is actually the better way to experience Wing, because instead of watching the entire
I mean, it is.
series,
It is.
It still is.
It is, but it's still intolerable.
That's the thing. This is still long and drawn out, but this absolutely does a better version of a better job of explaining the story and what the fuck is happening in Wing than Wing does.
The also other thing is, we know every goddamn beat that's going on here. It's not like any of this is new to us. So it's what little interest it could possibly draw is drowned out even more so by that.
And it does a better job of explaining things, but we don't like those things anyway.
Also, I think, and it's part of the way that Wing is paced doesn't actually make it particularly good to adapt to a game like this, because there are long stretches of Wing that are just like character drama and political machinations, not actually like warfare and combat.
It is legitimately a poorly written intrigue series, which
doesn't translate well to a game where the actual gameplay is focused around the mecha combat. Which, like, granted, I mean, the whole thing, obviously, Gundam, you know, there's the whole meme of, like, wow, cool robot. And, like, yes, Gundam always has themes and background of, you know, commentary on war and politics and that kind of stuff. But it's just most other series do a better job of pacing and interspersing that with something happening.
And most of the time when a Gundam series is talking about war and the ramifications of such, they're making good points.
Again, Wing has good, like Vince said earlier, like Wing actually does a really good job of sticking to its theming. It just does a very bad job of explaining its theming.
Yeah. Very much. Its theme is the movie actually has a better title for the entire series of Endless Waltz. It's also, I think, why it's Endless Waltz Glory of the Losers is the title of the retelling of the series. It is War, Peace, and Revolution.
Yeah.
And just the endless cycle.
But yeah, it just doesn't, it's not paced well for this game.
In and of itself, I think it's also the tragedy of the original series is the sense that it could probably have been 12 episodes for that.
Yeah, it could have been like an OVA.
Yeah. It has way more time to fill than is justified by the ideas.
Yeah, part of that is just from a meta perspective, just absolute business decision shit, because this was the period where they were going full fucking Call of Duty with Gundam, just pumping out a new full series every year in an attempt to drag more money out of it, which killed Gundam for nearly half a decade.
Yeah.
It is why X got canceled early, which is a fucking travesty because X is actually really good. I don't care what the fandom says. And like then after X, we didn't really get another like full series for quite a long time. X getting canceled is, in my opinion, just about the second dumbest decision Bandai ever made regarding Gundam. I will never forgive them for butchering F91. Oh, thank God. I finally get to do something. How many we got this time? We've got... Seven. Okay, yeah. So almost the entire team. We are going to drop...
I would keep the Aquarius, actually.
Oh, yeah, because it's... Yeah,
because it's the one thing the Aquarius actually does, specifically.
Yeah, so we'll drop...
Mobile dolls.
Drop Olga instead, and bring in Ollie. Actually, we're going to put Ollie up front, because he's a melee unit, so he needs to be able to close quicker. There we go. Yeah, F91 getting absolutely butchered, as I talked about a fair amount. 10 mobile dolls in the same... I don't know that I couldn't destroy 10 mobile dolls in the same turn, frankly.
Especially since they're Tauruses. These aren't even Virgos.
No.
Virgos, there's a vague hint of challenge, at least, for trying to destroy 10 in a turn.
But, yeah, as I talked about when we were doing G-Gen Genesis, but that was a while back, I just... F91 got absolutely butchered. It was originally supposed to be a full series, then it got cut down to an OVA, then it got cut down to a movie. I mean, it did mean that they had the budget for nearly a whole series to put into a single movie, so the animation is some of the most gorgeous animation of that era of Gundam, or honestly, anime in general. But it also means that it is just a absolutely hacked together piece of shit of the story. If I remember correctly, there's a either recently ended or still ongoing manga adaptation of F91 that actually like tells the full story. We did switch over Jamil to the Jin armor type E, so we'll kind of show this off. Just because we do have some big boy units just kind of sitting around.
Yeah. As I think we've mentioned before, the oversized units in this game are nothing incredibly great.
Yeah, it's not really like G-Gen Genesis where like the mobile armors are busted as shit. Honestly, some of the best you get in this one are the meteor units, which are okay, but not... You actually lose the best attack of the non-meteor versions to put them in the meteor unit, and the stuff you get from the meteor unit doesn't really make up for that gap.
No.
Like, they get a decent map attack, but that's about it.
Yeah, they get a decent map attack, but they lose either the Dragoon system or the Phantom.
Yeah.
Which, granted, if the pilot isn't actually an awakened pilot, the Dragoon system doesn't matter, but...
No,
but why are you building the third...
Yeah.
I would say other than flavor reasons, but, like, the pilot himself is an awakened pilot, so it's...
Yeah, no, it's extremely an instance of, like, I mean, it's the same thing with that we ran into in, you know, Genesis. It's like, we have a bunch of units that have really good awaken weapons. Why would you not put somebody with awaken in them?
Yeah. Yeah, this is definitely overkill, but it's amusing.
Yeah, 3540. Yeah, that should be fine.
Yeah, because they're 9,500. Yeah.
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 I forgot how powerful the beam rifle on the Turn A actually is.
Oh, that and these are Tauruses, so it's not like they actually have.
They don't have any defensive abilities, no, but
Yeah. Now, if these were Virgos, it would take like 5 or 6 beam rifle shots. Because they don't take crap from small arms, basically. It's actually why they're annoying.
yeah. Getting close to being able to stop doing energy on that one. I'm mostly just going for like 200 energy on every unit and then start boosting other stats. Because 200 is typically a pretty solid baseline.
Come, Aquarius, stand here and screw with things.
We're going to do even more than that because now I'm just going to undock him and throw him over here.
Yeah.
Actually, can just get him over here to be even more effective.
It has nothing benefit from the melee range talent.
Uh-huh. And undock and haul it over here. Save a little energy.
Secret objective accidentally completed.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much. It's like again, it's. I would have to actively try not to kill 10 of them. It's honestly just about. This thing doesn't even really need 200 energy because all its weapons are cheap as shit, but...
Alright, 9 more mobile dolls and we can continue with the plot. Grab the plot is probably defeat all enemies. Here's some more crap we've spawned.
Almost certainly. Oh look, Mask is in a good unit now. Well, better unit.
Better, yeah.
This thing actually has attacks.
It eventually advances into one of the best units in the game.
Yeah, no, it is absolutely just on the path right now to be the Kamaris Vidar.
Yeah.
Like, I was never intending to actually field the Bale long term. It was just the Bale happened to be where I was at in that sort of loop cycle of unlocking shit when we started the LP.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So I had already actually done all the Kamaris stuff, and the Bale was unlocked off of that chain, and I was like, I hadn't done the Bale yet, so I was like, I'll get it, I guess. At some point, I will probably go back through and get most of the rest of the Goetic demons. Just to actually, like, field a bunch of them in some mission or other. I might actually do that for some IBO stuff, just to amuse myself.
I have a mission where you're fielding like 6 different Barbadoses.
I mean, I could, but I don't actually have any of the Barbatos unlocked yet.
Raid team that is nothing but Barbadoses.
Yeah,
fuck that Taurus in particular.
Oh, he's really angry now.
Yeah.
Yeah, Barbados is actually kind of in its own isolated line.
Yeah,
Getting into it basically requires to go through the Phoenix line.
Yeah, I technically could have gotten there by now, but I went different directions with those particular units because I wanted to get some other stuff unlocked.
I effectively did the same thing. I had to basically loop back around in order to...
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely something I could do with, like, the dispatch missions just to, like, get stuff ground out and unlocked there.
Yeah, just, like, buy the closest thing and then send that off on a dispatch until you...
Pretty much.
Yeah, basically.
Which I'll probably do at some point just to have the Barbatos, because the Barbatos is actually a stupidly good unit.
Yeah.
In several of its versions, at least. There are some that are kind of underwhelming, but most of the Barbatos are fucking great.
Yeah, especially the last two. I mean, the Lupus Rex is obviously the most powerful one, but...
Yeah. But so I'll probably do that at some point, just to kind of get that going. But, like, I already have... I'm pretty sure I already have in the production list the majority of the other ones. I know I have the Dantalion. I know I have the... Obviously the Kamaris Vidar, the Vidar, etc., etc. All of those. I think there might only be one or two, because I know I've got the Gusion. I don't remember if I have the full city or not, but... Like, I have the majority of the actual IBO suits already, or at least the IBO Gundams specifically, already unlocked, so...
Yeah, if I remember, with the exception of the Barbados, they weren't too gated. They were actually pretty easy to get.
Well, especially once you get into that path, they all kind of turn into each other.
Yeah. Ability.
No.
Mechanicos of literally no use.
I mean, fucking whatever.
Yeah.
At this point, its stats are already busted as shit.
It also regens
Yeah.
energy at a fairly high pace. It's actually especially stupid in a raid group because I think it's like 50% energy regen at that point.
Yep.
It's like, I can't spend this fast enough.
No, it's one of the things where melee is not particularly great in this game, except for the factor of, especially in a raid group, you will never run out of energy on a melee-focused unit because melee attacks are cheap as shit. Some of the most powerful melee attacks in the game are like 24 energy.
Yeah. The clause there is they have to actually attack you in melee in order to do reaction attacks, so.
Ish. I mean, that skill to have added range to melee attacks is not actually hard to come by.
No, but.
So you can pretty frequently, and there's actually a lot of like 2, sometimes even 3 range base melee attacks.
And granted, the unit we were specifically talking about, the 00 Quanti Full Saber, has a melee awakened weapon that range is stupid high.
Oh, hooray! Quattro and Duo have shown up. And I guess Noin is there too. We're saved. I realize I'm never activating any of you, right?
You get to stand over there and watch.
Patra, continue to have the weakest Gundam unit.
God, we are so close to G Unit.
Yeah, we still have 2 missions after this.
I know, but it's just like...
You know the worst part?
We're going to get to Seed after Endless Waltz.
Yes, also that.
There is no escape. We get a brief reprieve when we go through G Unit, and then we have to deal with Endless Waltz, which is fine, but like 2 missions. And then we have to deal with Seed.
Thankfully, there's at least space between Seed and Seed Destiny, so it's not all sunk for a giant chunk.
Yeah.
But it's still like...
That being said, I will say it's almost better that it just kind of front loads the fucking garbage in this game.
Yeah.
Because, like, we'll get through Seed Destiny. Some of the Seed side stories are fine. Some of them which are just kind of nothing. My favorite Seed piece of media, if I remember correctly, actually capstones all of the Seed stuff.
Yes, the last thing is Stargazer.
Yeah, so we go from Stargazer into 00, which, as I've mentioned before, I'm kind of neutral on. I know a lot of people do like it, but it just never really clicked with me. But I'm more willing to give 00 a chance than I am Wing and Seed, and then we get into IBO, which is just absolutely fucking fantastic. So it's kind of one of those. It's not like, we get into some really good stuff, and then now we have to deal with this. It's like, no, once we escape Seed, we're just kind of like, okay, it's at least decent from here on out.
Yeah. I mean, hell, after when we Seed Destiny, we're basically fine because
the Seed side story stuff is neutral at worst.
Yeah. Let's see. I think it is just Stargazer after Destiny anyway, so.
Yeah, because I think all the other, like, the Astray stuff is all in between, because it technically...
Yeah, it's basically Base Astray and X Astray are the...
Yeah, and those technically are taking place sort of conjunctively with Base Seed.
Yeah.
Timeline-wise.
Yeah.
So it makes sense it would be there.
Because they didn't do the smart thing and adapt all of Astray and completely ignore Base Seed and Seed Destiny in its entirety.
I will say this much with 00 also. We get the base 00, which, as I said, I'm pretty neutral on. Then we get 00F, which is what if we shaved a Badger and put it in a Gundam?
Well,
Von Spark is kind of a fucking wild man that they tamed and strapped into a robot.
Oh, they didn't tame him at the goddamn least. We'll get there when we get there, but...
I have seen him compared to, in a favorable way, Enkidu from the Epic of Gilgamesh. We're just like, I found this beast man and taught him words.
That's not wrong.
No, it was pretty much why when we were kind of going through, the choices before we started the LP, and was just like, okay, what pilots, what suits does everyone want? And you're like, I want Von Spark. I was like, yeah, no, I get it.
Yeah. Yeah, so I've played this game before we started this Let's Play. I have not consumed I have not previously consumed any piece of 00 media. 2 missions into 00F, I stopped in order to read the manga.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Like I said, like 00 is all right. Like I'm kind of neutral on it. It's good for what it does, but what it's doing isn't anything particularly original because it is by intention supposed to be sort of a retelling-ish, or at least heavily influenced, like adaptation of sort of a combination of 0079 and Wing. Weirdly, it definitely is better than Wing, but worse than 0079 to me is kind of where I sit on it.
That also seems like you're doing that as you lost a bet and just had to do this or something. It's like, all right, pull 2 names out of a hat and combine them into one thing. I
mean, it's very much a, I'm going to challenge you to combine the Lost Roman Legion and Pokemon. But
yeah.
That thing Jim Butcher did. But, like, I mean, I do get it. It's, like, but for me, it's just, like, it's kind of one of those ones where, like, I would not necessarily recommend to anyone else going to go watch 0079. If you are, maybe watch the compilation movies, whatever. For me, I grew up with it. I still love 0079. If I wanted sort of that tale of 0079, I'd just go fucking watch 0079.
And similarly, I'm a kid of the 80s. This type of animation style is perfectly fine by me. It's like I used to watch shows that are of this quality or lower. So
yeah, I mean, like, as may have become evident throughout, you know, all of our Super Robot Wars stuff, I watch a lot of old mecha anime. Yeah. I fucking love classic mecha anime. Yeah. So yeah, it doesn't bug me at all. And like again, like I said, I recognize that like animation wise and even pacing wise, 0079 has not aged particularly well. Because it's gonna yell at me when I try and pass. So I'm just going to check real quick to make sure that everybody I care about has gone. Yes.
Yeah, because it's just the
so it should be just like 3 or 4 because it'll be Epion and
3.
But yeah, so like I recognize that it is a hard thing to recommend to people just because of its age, and especially for the original series, there's a lot of Monster of the Week kind of bullshit pacing.
Though, in fairness, as a way around at least the pacing part, just watch at double speed. That's my recommendation, kind of.
Yeah, but I mean, just in general, like the movie compilations are okay, although kind of end up fucked up a little weird because they are almost literally just adapting they literally are just kind of cut and rearranging the series with a little bit of extra stuff added in to make some things make sense from what was missed in some of those filler episodes. But yeah, like I can get it. Like 00 does a decently okay job of what it's trying to do. I just don't care for what it's trying to do, basically, is my sort of hang up on it. Like unlike Seed, which doesn't actually have an original thought in its fucking head. Like 00 actually tries to do an interesting take on it and kind of express something different than what the base series was trying to do. It just never clicked with me. I know Krampus really likes 00. As evidenced by his choice of pilot.
Yeah, I'm not going to deny that 00 doesn't have some real goofy stuff in it, but I really love the suit design in it, and I really do like the story overall. Even when it does dip into your dumb as shit names.
Yeah.
I feel like it did what Wing was trying to do, but like 4 times is better.
Oh yeah, no, like I said, it is absolutely it attempting to be a hybridization sort of Wing and 79. It is better at doing what it's doing than Wing. I just don't think it's as good at doing what it's doing as 79.
Oh no, I'm not going to stand here and make the argument that 00 is better than 79. 79 is still the superior series as a whole. 00 is just kind of the junk food I like to go back to occasionally.
Yeah, totally fair. Meanwhile, I'm just over here wanting a game of this style to actually get like decently translated based around the Macross series. I mean, you'd have a significantly more limited tech tree because there's not really that many variations in suits in Macross, all told, but...
Every attack is a missile-based map attack.
Not every Valkyrie actually does missile spam. It's a very specific thing that a handful of models do. But, like, no, I think the story of the various Macross series would actually benefit really well from this sort of treatment. I think they've done at least one or two of those games, but they were way back in the day and never got translated, even like fan translation projects.
Yeah, Macross does not have the popularity over here of Gundam.
Gee, I wonder why that is. Stares at Harmony Gold. You there. You chose not to move away from Master Asia. This was a mistake. Undefeated of the East. Smell my finger. Sure. Move stuff over here, I guess. I'm just being lazy with my raid units. I don't care. What's this one that I'm probably not going to put on Belry? More mechanic. I mean, this was the secret unit. Yeah. So it is not uncommon for secret units to get duplication. Not even going to pretend to lie for a second. Part of the reason I agreed to be the actual player for this game is because it does just have the lazy man button. It's like, don't get me wrong, I do actually... This doesn't matter because this is just going to be changed out in a couple levels anyways.
Probably just attack so I can
just get through stuff faster. Yeah. But yeah, like I do love these style of game. They are not a thing that normally I would want to play on stream. Just because my style of play tends to be way more methodical than what you're seeing here. Genuinely, if we were doing like the Super Robot Wars games and I was the one playing, we would get through maybe 2 scenarios per like 4-hour stream session we do. I am extremely methodical about it, but that makes for really shitty streaming, so... You have a satellite cannon, therefore definitely need more energy. person had to do the thing that gets them all out from directly in front of that thing.
Yeah, because I'm fairly certain that has a map attack.
Yeah. No, he's actually out of energy. Yeah, satellite cannons.
That or it's just a dead box and you just have to destroy it. I forget which. It's a button. Options.
There we go. Yes, so it does actually have.
It has
I don't think
attack,
it's a
but it
map
doesn't have
attack,
a map attack.
but it
Yeah.
still does have a.
Yeah, a gun. As the bulge cannon.
Yeah. Which actually is just a ring. It's not actually a line like I thought it was, but regardless.
Yeah, it needs that so you can face the full strength of the bulge.
Stop it.
That's what they say. Literally what they said when they fired the first time. The earlier cutscene. Might use full might of the bulge.
Yeah, I was looking it up because I was curious. There are a couple of strategy games for Macross, but they were made in like '94.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is they're like they're like hella old. They were like Super Nintendo or like PS1 era. No, like I said, I knew they existed, but they haven't made one in a very long time, despite the fact that Macross has actually genuinely gotten more and more popular over time, with its more recent series being extremely popular, at least in Japan. Turns out if you just have a series based around idols, people like it. What do you think you're going to accomplish here?
Especially since I think they're trying to shoot the perfect pack of an energy weapon.
Yes. That is, in fact, what they were doing.
Like, you know what? Dodge into the laser.
My kingdom for a map weapon.
Is this destroy all enemies or just destroy the bar?
This is destroy all enemies.
Yeah, great.
Which does technically include White Fang back here.
Yeah.
It's fine. I'll send Jamil that way. What ability is going into stock? Because Jamil doesn't have any open slots.
Yep. And I doubt this is anything but junk.
Yeah, it's actually decent.
Yeah. It's something I would
Just-
throw on an empty slot, but yeah.
Yeah, not anything that's replacing any of the shit he has.
No. it's decent range to actually get that center.
Yep. Yeah, it's a huge fucking space station.
Yeah. The Lex continues to be out of energy.
Yep. It's fine. I'm mostly throwing him out there as bait to draw attacks because nothing's going to hit him.
Yeah, that one really wants you to hit its pinpoint.
Yeah. I just have very limited units that can actually do that because we're talking like there 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need at least range 6.
Five or six, yeah.
Which again kind of disqualifies a lot of my units.
It doesn't help the things with the satellite cannons are also like nearly out of energy, so
Yep, I'll get the warship up there eventually to replenish them, but
I assume you don't have the energy regen skill.
I do not believe so.
It wouldn't matter beyond Jamil or the warship, so
Yeah. I didn't even kind of get the warship up here anyways, but
expend all missiles.
I think it's just shy of it. Yeah, if I was right up against it, if I had one more move, I could have gotten there with it, but
Yeah, so it's 5 from the outsides, basically, if you're dead center with it.
oh damn, just shy. I was thinking with a guaranteed super crit, it would probably be enough, but apparently not quite.
They do have 9,500 hit points, so it's a little more than usual for fodder.
Yeah. Come on, you can deal with these idiots. Alright, you haven't actually killed much this time, so your morale is not high enough yet. Clearly, I'm going to hit that weak point with the Lord Stray Omega. I'm going to somehow find a way to add 4 range to an attack.
Figure out how to clip through the enemy.
The actual answer. Hi.
Yeah, we can shoot 2 beyond the weak point.
Yeah, that's more like it.
Yeah, that took off a large chunk of its health.
Yeah, because he's not only like he's also in like super high, so he's guaranteed super crits and all of that shit as well, which is definitely helpful.
That's also the twin buster rifle, which
Yeah.
and Operation Meteor because this was a one-on-one shot.
Yep.
That's probably just in range, yeah.
Yep. Getting down to 16k. We're getting there, albeit somewhat slowly. Oh, that's not.
No,
One shy. Oh well.
6 from the side.
Yeah.
For the slide.
Yeah. I'll.
Off centers.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll get there eventually. I think that should be everyone. 3 units, yeah, which are just the guest units.
Yep.
Oh no, not traders.
Watch them swarm around and not attack.
Oh no, not a traitor.
Oh no, they're gonna make you go and buy more of them. They've made the scenario waste even more of your time.
Leave. The bulge is going down.
And now, for the first time in this game, we can capture units.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, yeah. So that's what this unit needs, is more range. Are they in range of the Infinite Justice? No, just out.
Nah.
Yeah, I just have to move it. Oh wait, you're that one.
Yeah, Hero is also part of the raid team, so.
Yeah, raid units can just capture.
Yep. Yeah, they do not have to be a master unit or anything. Probably start moving some folks back this way. Cancel that because I want to leave him here. Okay. Now we can do a move all on the raid team because Lord Stray will stay where it was. Fuck off. The only real, even remotely dangerous thing left on this field.
Yeah, effectively.
Yes.
Yeah. Now, granted, the weapons on that thing is range, but still,
Yeah.
they're still melee on that.
I do still use a lot of melee from him.
Yeah.
Case in point. It's like, yes, the best weapon is ranged. There would literally be no point in me doing something more, costly than a beam saber on that fucking thing.
No. Stupid looking beam sword.
Yep.
On the right side, he is really prepared to cut a very large block of cheese.
Or a really big block of foam. This is a beam saber equivalent of a hot wire foam cutter. Yeah, so between the two of them, they're going to clean that whole shit up. You guys, since the big boy is gone now, are going to head back towards carry base, so you can resupply in a minute here. And the rest of you are going to come up here and clean up this mess.
Well, not him.
No, he's going to come up here just to be a tank.
Yep. All right, turn had a chance up.
Yep. Hey, you fucked up.
Curses, they've realized they can outrange us.
Yeah. Yeah,
This is precisely better than nothing.
pretty much. These idiots are somehow operating under the impression that the Lord Stray Omega is somehow a more viable target than the Destiny.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I'm not sure why.
I do think that Destiny does technically have better stats. It's just incredibly schizophrenic.
Okay, that corner's clear.
Yep. I think you actually just have the
Yeah, it's
Virgos.
basically just the White Fang units at this point for the most part.
Yeah.
There is technically, I think one unit still up in the top right, or a handful of them. But
yeah. And on the bright side, you have special range attacks.
yeah,
Because I think that shield takes like 3,000 off of
something like that. Yeah.
off of beam and physical range attacks. At the cost of energy. Who cares?
Pretty much. Let's see here. Yeah, there's still some guys over here, but
Which also may notice that they're also shooting energy weapons, and therefore their hits will recharge the perfect self's energy
correct.
and accomplish nothing else.
Hi, fellas.
Free hugs.
Get both X units back on the boat.
On the bright side, past this mission, Virgo Mark 1 stopped being cannon fodder. Or the primary cannon fodder. Unfortunately, they get replaced by Virgo Mark 2s.
Oh, finally had energy. Well,
Yep.
whatever. It scarcely makes a difference at this point.
That thing has 0 energy.
Yeah. Could put you over here.
You just capture that if you want.
Right, capture can be done after.
Yep.
I forgot that it can be done after movement. Plan on placing him there and doing it next turn. I mean, not that I'm going to not end up having to do another turn here anyways, but
Yeah.
because these guys are so fucking spread out.
Basically, yeah. They started on the other side of the board, effectively. From
Yeah.
Cub surfboard, surround me.
We'll never make it there, but have to at least pretend.
They out of energy, but
Yeah, I know.
yeah.
I'm just getting in his face for my own amusement.
Yep. Ah, in his face is one weakness. They actually don't have a melee range attack.
Yeah. Take that. Mercifully, there are not 4.5 hours of cutscenes after that mission.
Dumb one.
Yeah, I know. I just accidentally skipped past because it didn't go to the... It didn't go to the SFS section. It went down to the next group. At that point. I think I still need a couple more on the Kamaras to get it where I want it to go. I need 6.
Yeah, look.
No, 7 for Vidar.
Yeah, 7 for Vidar.
Oh, I think... is...
You have to
go through Vidar to get to the...
Mars Vidar,
yeah. Okay, so we'll do that. You aren't really going anywhere. You aren't really going anywhere. What does this thing even change into?
I can do it now.
Oh, I can do the Type D.
Yep.
Sure.
This
Even stupider.
Yes.
What is this going to? Oh, something I haven't. Or no, it's the same thing, but yeah, whatever. Anyways, so that's that one. Organize captures. Go sell these Tauruses for piddly amounts of money. I don't think there's going to be anything, but should always check. Nope, we're all good there. What's our time looking like?
It is 2:30.
Yeah, we got time for one more. Tantalizingly leaving us with a single fucking mission left. Or no, actually, this is the last one for...
Oh, it is a lot. Yeah.
So it's 8. Yeah.
Okay,
so we
it's
will
only
actually...
8 for Wing.
Yeah, so we will actually wrap up Wing today. Thank
Hooray.
Christ. Hey. Ooh. Yeah.
G-Unit is faster.
Yeah, G-Unit is faster and also just in general better.
Yeah.
So we have 4 for G-Unit and then 2 for Endless Waltz. And then we go into Seed and have way too much of base Seed and way too much of Seed. Yeah, Seed is 9 is what you were probably thinking that Wing is 9.
Seed and Seed Destiny are
both 9. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
We got a brief interlude of Astray, at least, it looks like.
Yes, we do get Astray and Cross Astray in between
Before
Seed
going
and
back
Seed
into
Destiny.
9 more.
9 of
Seed
worse.
Destiny
Seed, but worse. Yeah.
I'm fairly certain that one is actually X Astray, but
Yeah.
yeah, I don't. Yeah. Borderline interchangeable words.
Pretty much. Like, I'm gonna take a nap, slap me when these cutscenes are over.
Trying to think what they have plot-wise to go over before the final battle. Way too much, but
We invented an entire side story just like in here.
Is anyone curious what Berlina's other school friends were doing during this time? Here's a 4-episode arc.
at least they never did that. Unfortunately, they never did that at the same time because they're way too focused on the characters they do focus on.
What's going on with that circus Troa joined for a little while?
Let's have a 3-episode explanation of how you can attempt to shoot someone straight down out of a plane and hit a man in the head.
In a strange way, I think this will make it a better series. So what I'm saying is we should all launch ourselves into space in Leos and start shooting at these things.
Improve my tyranny.
今こそ我々は一丸となって宇宙の脅威と戦わねばならない。そして地球圏の真なる統一と平和を勝ち取ろうではないか。笑わないでくれ、レディ。人々のためにはこれくらいの三文芝居は見せてやらねばならん。このトレーズ・クシュリナーダの演説により宇宙の覇権をめぐる戦いの火蓋が切って落とされた。ついに人類は宇宙と地球の全面戦争へと誘われていく。
Yes, an all-out war between the idiots and the morons.
戦いは人によって生み出され、人は戦いによって平和に目覚める。だがそのためにどれ
About 16 and a half liters.
どの陣営にも属さず孤立した戦いを続けるガンダムの少年。
And we finally found something for our Gundam pilots to actually do other than meander about the plot, being
Yeah.
Gundam pilots.
時にアフターコロニー195
The main reason why it's so much more interesting focusing on anyone else in the plot besides the Gundam pilots. Because they just don't have anything to do.
最終局面を
Yeah, well, again, because as you said, the actual sort of layout of the series is intended to be a series of like political intrigue and machinations, and literally none of the Gundam pilots are in any way involved in the politics.
Yeah.
Like, all these other sort of secondary characters are involved in all these plans and politics, and occasionally necessitate combat to achieve said machinations, at which point the Gundam pilots are relevant. But everything in between, they could be shoved in a fucking closet for all it matters.
Which is the exact problem of it being like a 50-episode series, because
Yeah.
When you take a intrigue series and make it 50 episodes, everything has to move at a snail's pace.
Yeah. I mean, you can get away with it. Like, I will say, like, it is possible to do a series that is much more focused on, like, political intrigue and machinations and make it a long-term series. Legend of Galactic Heroes is actually quite good and does that pretty competently.
I should probably say, with the amount of plot they planned for the whole series,
Yes.
their point A to point Z is not actually a very long trip.
No. And it is also just it feels like they forcibly shoehorned Gundams into this whole thing, basically.
Almost kind of, yeah. Like, mobile suits work. I'm using that term loosely.
I mean, there has to be some degree of warfare involved in this plot, just because you're not going to get away from that in the sort of political, intrigue machinations between different factions and whatnot. As long as there's any form of militarization, there's going to be warfare of some sort. It's just when you're making what it really is. It feels like there are two series here, only one of which is even remotely developed, and it's not the one involving the giant robots.
Kind of, yeah, actually.
It feels like there is like, here's the series of like political intrigue and this like, constant push and pull between these various factions trying to like manipulate what direction the world nation travels and how the relations happen between Earth and space. And then over here are these 5 dudes that have really powerful robots.
Okay, they do serve a purpose. They are cool-looking robots meant to sell gunpla.
Toys, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like there is an entirely different series going on focused around these 5 Gundam pilots that we do not see more than maybe 15 minutes of through the entire 50-episode series.
Yeah. It's by the amount of screen time they get.
Yeah.
Again, it's the problem of, like, while all the political intrigue is going on, especially in the earlier parts of the series, it's a lot better in space, actually, because they actually have something to do.
Yeah, well, and again, that kind of comes back to what I feel like 00 does a lot better, and we will get to that more, obviously, when we're in the 00 section, but it is like, 00 is actually a series about celestial being.
Yeah. They actually stay together and do things and have a goal and a purpose.
Well, and we get a lot more... Because, like, Gundam Wing, we just kind of get told, yeah, they're part of this, like... rebellion terrorist cell for reasons, but we never really, like you say, we don't really get to see any of that. We don't really we barely get justification for the rebellion to begin with, which we were just kind of flat out told, like, yeah, the world nation treats the colonies like shit, but we don't barely even see that. 00, we actually do get, like, hey, here's their actual, like, political, philosophical motivations. Here's the shit that's gone down that actually led them to make these decisions. Here's the way that these people are treated that led them into this kind of thing. And so just like it's far more justifiable. And then you get season 2 of 00.
Yep, there sure is a time skip.
We won. Turns out we're not actually better at doing this than the people we were trying to get rid of.
Yeah. Spoiler, no one fucking is.
No, but even that is actually kind of more interesting because it's something that, again, I feel like Wing tried to touch on, but didn't, again, quite deliver home that point. Because, like, I mean, all of this is like, yes, technically speaking, Treizen Zex, Treizen Miliardo had this whole sort of plan from the beginning that they were gradually working towards. But the fact of the matter is that they're not actually going to be doing much better keeping the world nation running than the guys that they're getting rid of to bring peace.
Well, their plan isn't even to run things. Their plan is to basically... their plan is to literally on purpose cock things up so much that people just do not want to go to war with each other anymore.
Yeah, but I mean, it's literally all they're doing is essentially creating a power vacuum that is going to be replaced at some point, and it's going to start over again. Again, the theme of the series, that's it's the endless waltz. It is the cycle. This is a temporary solution at best. But again, 00 does a much better job of exploring that theme by actually showing you, like, hey,
yeah,
the revolution worked.
It was so much easier when we were just fighting in Gundams.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Like, granted, the second season of 00 has problems, but
history isn't drenched in blood. It kind of comes and goes. It's like a tropical storm of blood that passes over after a while. It's
I feel like the history of modern humanity, as far as recorded history goes, if you look at the entire history of the world across all of it, you probably find very few times where there's not some sort of conflict going on, whether a full-scale war or like a tribal conflict or whatever.
Yeah, it's kind of a weird thing of we kind of have like present history bias of like, oh, we look like it, if anything, because it kind of looks like everything is tits up, and it's like, no, actually, if you look at war casualties, ours is, even with like one going on right now, is kind of nothing.
Yeah, like yes, we have very high numbers, but if you actually look like percentage wise,
Oh, even numbers wise, it's actually pretty low. That's the weird part. Granted, the Russians are doing a great job of getting themselves killed, but to throw that off. But
yeah, but no, it is definitely a case of like when you take percentage of, you know, military forces, or even more so percentage of world population into account. Yes, our casualty numbers now are fucking nothing.
Yeah,
there were horrific battles throughout the Middle Ages as far as actual casualties.
Yeah,
but
and up until the last 2 years and the current war going on notwithstanding, like the amount of actual like full-on warfare on the planet is basically died down to practically nothing before that.
Yeah. But yes, like I would say, technically speaking, the drenched in blood is not a wholly inaccurate summation. It's just that it was not a constant deluge. It's just that there's always been at least a trickle.
Yeah. There's always been violence. There will probably, quite frankly, always be violence.
Yeah. Well, until the Claw subsumes himself into the Akashic Field.
That is so stupid.
I don't approve of this plan.
Then all of humanity will be united as the Claw.
Who let this man talk? Like, if any series broke my suspension of disbelief of a villain's plan more than Gun X Sword, I'd have to think about it hard. Why are you people following him? Did you hear what he just said?
See, personally,
It's perfectly sound to me.
See, personally, I think it would be way funnier if there was no actual like verification of any sort that the Akashic Field was actually a thing that existed, and the Claw's plan was just like, I'm going to subsume myself into the Akashic Field, and then he succeeded, and then it's like, oh fuck, there's not one. Well, there goes my life's work.
A different series that would actually be the ending, but was too much of an action series for that.
Yeah.
Really. Also, it wasn't that deep. If anything, it was on the fun and silly side. So
Yes.
use the big gun. Behold our quad diamond fortress.
Look, Quinn's has got real fucking bad ADHD. He needed a humongous fidget spinner.
This has to be the work of the 5 mad scientists.
She's doing a lot of talking for someone who should be shot by a cannon already.
Talking's a free action. Especially in this series, talking is a free action.
War groupies.
Why not? We need to shove someone into the zero system. She's just nutty and mentally unstable enough to actually make it work.
She's bad Katagina is what she is, which is a rough thing to say. Katagina is already kind of a dog shit character.
She's an idea for a character that I had half thought out and just kind of ran with it.
Yeah, pretty much.
What if we had, like, Raylina but war?
Bellina Warcraft. Oh, no, we can't do that one. Never mind.
Screw it. We'll make her Dermail's granddaughter and grab me the hand or the hat of Western names. Dorothy, sure. Great, I love when the hat of Western names just comes up with things that make no sense, where it's like, this is like a British first name and a German last name, or sorry, a Vaughn, and then like a French last name, or something.
You know, whatever.
Like we're splicing 3 or 4 languages together.
Close enough.
Go to be strong. Now go to your room.
Actually, I've been thinking of Preventer Wind. Where does that even come from? I don't know.
It does actually make sense in Endless Waltz. It just would make no sense right now. Ah, yes, their giant colony space death laser. It's fine, we have these Leos.
I will give them this much at least. The tail end here, where the cutscenes have gotten fucking just long as shit. At least the actual gameplay scenarios no longer do the like pre-mission fight and then the real one.
Yes.
They pretty much just go into the like, hey, here's the fight.
Yeah.
Like it'll have the two phases, but that's every scenario, but it no longer has like a, hey, here's like a 20-minute fight to get to the actual fight.
Yeah. And furthermore, when the scenarios are like blow 20 things up, it's like, okay, that's just a give me.
Yeah.
Especially in Wing.
Specifically that. I saw it coming.
I mean, seriously, we have this giant, slow-floating base. Of course, the five Gundam pilots are going to infiltrate it. Might as well have just left the hatch open for all it matters. Well, in truth, I'm looking for Miliardo, but you just happen to be here.
Here, have this relationship, which hasn't been narratively earned at all.
No, not in the least. I mean, seriously, it's a comfy chair.
How'd that work out for him?
So, unlike the original Gundam series, this doesn't quite have the parallels going on between real Earth history and its own. But that actually does have a little bit of a parallel, because the pacifist movement that was between World War I and World War II was very much a thing.
Yeah.
And was of strong influence in France, and is partially kind of the reason why they were less prepared for the Nazis. And you know how will that work out for them is pretty much the exact same argument you could make there.
Yeah.
Because ultimately, when your battle strategy is, okay, if we unilaterally disarm, they won't have any reason to invade us. only works when you're dealing with people who are invading you in order to keep themselves from being invaded, and not douchebags.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, usually they're just douchebags. Now, granted, post World War One, the philosophy of total pacifism gained some ground. I could completely understand.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it did not gain ground in enough countries for that to mean anything.
Are you saying that World War One was not a fun time?
No, World War One was not a fun time. They tried to get the giant Ferris wheel tank working, it just wouldn't work.
Let's put this one in the back burner, guys. I don't think we can figure it out. Throw some more mustard gas at him.
Oh.
I'm not sure what triggered that. I didn't hit anything. Fire the cannon.
It's all fun and games until somebody shoots at Trace with a giant cannon. This is how we find peace. At the end of the burnt out remains of something shot to death by a laser.
Such devastation! This was not my intention!
Oh, good thing we had a spare wing Gundam.
Does just throwing one Gundam in front of a suit protect you from that laser?
Apparently. Single target attack.
I had a shield, it's fine.
Gundam is really strong, apparently.
I survived on a technicality. Now it's my turn.
Another credit I will actually give this this series, they had a naming scheme, they stuck to it. For all the non-Gundams, everything is Zodiac name.
Yes.
Yeah. I find this of more merit than literal made-up names. It just did.
No, it turns out that cannon can be blocked by a single unit.
Unfortunately, we only have so many Gundams, so... Alright, so next is the Ultron. I think it can take like 2 or 3 shots.
Wu Fei, I heard it protects better if your cockpit is open. Who cares?
He's ostensibly the main protagonist. He has plot armor. And I'm positive Raylan wants to survive. She's like a cockroach.
The power of peace.
Where's the peace sentinels when I need them?
I mean, even Billy Otto Peacecraft makes it alive. So.
Yes.
No. Let them fight.
Seriously, just blow this thing up and we'll be fine. Can't be that hard. Build one of those mad scientists. Probably just has a self-destruct button like everything else they build.
Boo. Boo. Yay.
Virgo 2 is then we just decided to insert the Vayne and Mercurius just because.
We still had him.
This is my manatee hat.
It would be really hard to get around this line of units in the three-dimensional venue of space. My commandos certainly can't sneak up on you from literally spherical angles.
Well, of course not. They're not submarines. The Sea of Stars we're talking about.
Did an AI write this?
I think so.
We haven't seen anybody's hands, so...
There are words, and they are strung together in what technically counts as a sentence.
Again, they're very bad at storytelling. And dialogue writing.
And
All
we get the
eight.
full team.
Yep.
Yes, strictly speaking, I could have done this when I deployed the thing, but I don't care.
It don't matter. None of this matters.
Ah, full 3 mobile suits to deal with this side of the board. Yeah, it's like the trigger and the condition isn't quite that important just because of how much random crap you have to deal with still.
Yeah.
I can all but guarantee defeat all enemies is the condition on this one.
And I mean, it usually is.
It's thankfully not for, I believe, the end of Destiny. This is literally useless. You put an AI in charge of a unit that's at.
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, nothing's gonna hit him, but okay. You idiots, try not to get yourselves killed. I mean, I know it would be extremely difficult to do so. You're up against a bunch of trash, but I have confidence in your incompetency.
No, they're so sad like Gundam Pilot, or like Wing Gundam Pilots. They're, like, Noin is the most vulnerable of those by far.
We technically haven't seen the Type D yet, even though it is basically just the Type E but green.
Sir, the squad of Leos we sent to attack their slow-moving carrier have managed to damage themselves and not hurt him in the least. All according to plan.
Something, something. This is the true way of the battlefield.
Excellent. We've almost run it out of energy.
Yeah, the one downside of the Type D, it does not actually have a melee attack. It has absolutely no capability to attack at range 1. Till now.
Until it goes into Trans Am.
Yep.
So dumb. I only wish we had an even derpier looking ship.
Just get the fuck out of here.
No, this is actually a decent suit being piloted by a good pilot.
Yeah. It's fine. Fine, you know what? The only one of you that I can fucking tolerate. Because it amuses me. Oh, dialogue.
Well, the usual, I've made my first attack of this mission dialogue.
Yeah.
Ah, Charisma 4.
Yep. Not anything I would have cared to put on any of my pilots anyways, but...
So it, unlike all the other stats, that actually does something.
It does, but
But
it's still something I'd prefer to have on a guest for, like, a warship rather than...
Yeah. But yeah, your
Because, like, yes, it does technically apply to the character as well. It's just that the guest's charisma applies to the entire team.
Yeah.
Rather than individually.
It's a 4, so it's somewhat rare. It's not like you're throwing like a 2 or 3 into an empty slot, so whatever.
Just gonna put this controller down.
There's a surrender. No, we don't accept it. What? We're going to shoot the Earth directly. Oh, you see, they crashed their giant wedge-shaped ship into your laser.
This ship goes in the square hole. Oh boy, more Virgos.
I know you always want more of those to fight. Mark 2s, thank you very much. They have more hit points.
I think I fell on my keys.
You only broke 3 ribs this time.
There is now the time to be thinking about water parks. Nice.
That's what will bring peace. A colony drop.
As it always does.
There will be an eternal winter and lots of frozen teardrops. Nope.
Actual, like, referee Gundam comes out. Nope, flag on the play.
The side story, thankfully, not involved in this game.
We still have a chance. We'll ask someone else to do it.
Oh.
You guys aren't going to do shit. Gonna sit there in the middle of the battlefield and try not to die.
The Leos?
Like I said, I have confidence in their incompetence.
そうです。僕たちでリープラを止めるんです。少しでも破壊して地球への被害を食い止めなければ。
Wiener.
Can't see I have to go without thinking of Hopkins FBI.
Inexplicably, if you stay alive, we have peace.
Because if Hiro Yui is the last terrorist alive, no one's going to die.
No, Relina. If Relina stays alive, we have peace. Somehow.
Sure, we'll go with it.
She inexplicably has this much clout.
She just has to refuse and then win the internal mental battle against her shadow self, Dorothy. Who is inexplicably surfing on a giant wave of Keyblades.
I do not want to see the dialogue for this scene.
Gundam Wing is light?
Oh.
No.
No.
Wing is peace. One involves oregano, so fuck that. I've got a third alternative. If I melt myself into the Akashic field, let me get this guy out of here.
No, I think we're fine. I don't think you need the kicker of dropping the Libra on the planet. That's good. We can stop here.
No, the Earth must feel the sorrow of those in space. What even happened to those in space? We've never really been clear on this.
Well, you see, they tried to be pacifists, and that never ends well in this universe.
The Peace Sentinels got him.
Yep.
You.
無人機で俺を止めることはできない。
That does have actually the good map attack.
Yes, it does.
Finally, something without a stupid shield.
Leave.
Alright, now we're on things without a stupid shield. Other than, like, the Epion, I guess.
Sure.
Yeah, I think a good portion of its weapons are beam, actually.
Most of them?
Yeah. Yeah, not the
everything but the
two melee, yeah.
Yeah, ironically, the palm beam cannon, not a beam weapon, and extreme blast mode. But yeah, everything else is actually a beam weapon.
Yeah.
So yes, no, that is actually really good for her since she's piloting the Destiny.
Yes, the better paint job Destiny.
Yeah, I don't think that was battery. That was just a disconnect for a second. Oh, no. That is, in fact, battery. Give me a second. Okay.
Now to finish this endless battlefield.
I would like to stop waltzing now. I am very tired.
Sorry, endless. It's right on the tin.
Just because we haven't actually seen a raid link up with the full raid group.
Yep.
Whole extra 68 damage.
It's also one of the 2 quests that you can do with a full raid group. Attack 8 targets or attack a single
target. Yeah.
Work on these ones over here.
I mean,
Yeah, I know.
it's fucking G-Self perfect. It's going to be fine.
Oh, it's more just a matter of how many there are.
Yeah. Right. All the Oz forces actually pull out because they gave up.
Yes.
Cowards.
Curse them to running away with all that experience.
Whatever. If things choose to go after the Gundam pilots, they will get to attack back. But other than that, fuck them. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Mr. Trader.
And all the ones that are around the Aquarius, which thankfully saves us time in the sense that they're not attacking.
Yeah. Okay. Forgot that I had sent those guys up there. Whatever. 2 more levels.
Yep.
Gonna let it do its thing, and if it lives, it lives.
Okay.
Oh, it actually dodged it.
Yep.
Impressive. Get to live for like another minute.
If I remember, their stats aren't actually that bad.
Yeah.
On the Libra 2s.
Yeah, and go here.
Yeah, you better run.
Just him.
Uh-huh.
Right then.
そう来なくてはな。恐るるに足りないね。無理はしないでくださいよ。手を貸してください。これぞ先生。
I mean, it is overkill as shit, but may as well.
Yeah.
And just throwing another photon torpedo out of it would have been overkill as well, so.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just because it's a guaranteed super crit.
But it completely ignores defense. Ouch.
Look, just because that is a hit, that would have one-shot the G self perfect.
And this is just early game versions of that.
Yeah.
Because you are made of meat.
And I think you're putting this into inventory because I believe this was the range one.
No, it's melee.
Or that's what I mean, though.
Eh?
I'm gonna say it'd probably be better on
They're not hard to come by.
those ones are a little bit.
There are at least 3 dispatch missions that drop them. Also, if I'm being totally honest, other than the suits and pilots you guys picked out, I'm probably completely changing the team composition before we go into Seed. So,
Yeah, fair enough.
just so I don't get bored. Come at me, motherfuckers.
I mean, he'll probably run out of energy, but
Eh?
not I think it hurt him. So
Yeah, that's the thing. Is he will eventually run out of energy on counters, absolutely.
Well, actually, it depends on exactly how bad he is at dodging. Because ironically, every time he gets hit, he's going to take
That's right, he does
0
take
damage
and gain it. Yeah.
yeah.
Yes.
From beam weapons specifically, they
Yeah,
have
but
nothing but
they
beam
have to hit
weapons. Yeah, that's the problem.
I think the only thing that's hit him so far was
It was
Yes.
was Miliardo, who had like a 50% chance.
yeah. It's the ironic part
Thing
of that
about
defense.
it's like he's really good at dodging, but most of the time doesn't actually want to dodge.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll send the Amaterasu up there to help out too. Just because, yes, it will take fucking forever just because of energy.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
And no attack of the Amaterasu cares about these things' shields.
nope. Alright, so you're just going to kind of come over here and handle this side. Because, likewise, the Phantom doesn't give a shit about your special defenses.
Yep. The Phantom's melee anyway, so
Yeah. Double doesn't give a shit.
yes.
It's melee and special. Yes, you are out of energy. So move you back towards the. Yeah, still got tons of energy. You are maxed.
It's the double of quantity full saber. That's pretty much just what happens.
Yep. Down over here.
One short.
Yep. But that's fine because it'll get there next turn. Fuck this one guy in particular.
Yep.
Oh, right.
Yeah, because you put him in the ship last turn.
Yeah, I'm just debating whether I want to actually send them back out or not this turn, or wait for me to get more kind of into the thick of things up here.
Yeah, you're playing targets down here, so.
Yeah.
Also, he needs more morale for the satellite cannon, anyways.
I'm not. I'm almost certainly not going to get the satellite cannon off this round. That's another part of the reason why I'm probably going to be switching around units a little bit, because I have far too many units that require high morale for their attacks. And there's usually not enough units to go around to get everybody up there. Because like between all the X units for the satellite cannon and the turn A for Moonlight Butterfly and all the Trans Am stuff and all that, it's just like there's way too much stuff that requires high morale.
Yeah. And Seed is not quite as spammy with the cannon fodder as Wing is, especially early on.
That should be... Oh, right, he got a first turn. About to get another one. Yes, I do actually have availability of the satellite cannons now, but that would be a waste on that.
Yeah.
Honestly, the satellite cannons just in general are kind of a waste on these guys as a whole.
Full health like a Virgo like that. Not as much, but...
I mean, at this point, I'm super critting, so the only reason this one's happening is because of range, realistically. Okay. Now it should just be the 4 idiots. The only reason these guys are getting kills is because, again, they're being attacked, and B, I want to get this done quicker.
Yeah.
That will also actually help, the, following ones to some extent. I will not be as reticent in Seed to let the actual Seed guest units do things. I just never want to fucking hear wing pilots talk.
The guest units and Seed aren't going to be any better.
They are, though. At least their, idiot noise is just more of a general background droning that I can kind of zone out. Wing pilots are like 20-year-olds who took a philosophy course in college trying to be profound. Seed pilots are just generic melodrama, which fucking whatever, man.
Full 3 energy.
Yep. I mean, again, it's fine. They're raid unit. They'll get it back next turn.
It may also have natural energy regen, from what I remember.
I think the Amaterasu does. I don't remember offhand, but also it's a raid unit, so it'll get energy regen next turn. May also be one of the ones I threw one of the energy power parts onto. I don't fucking remember. I know I had like 3 of those.
That guy.
Cable came loose.
Wow.
I think for the G cell, should probably keep pumping energy on it.
Yeah.
Its attacks are kind of expensive.
The photon.
It has a
torpedo
couple
is
attacks that are expensive.
Yeah.
The photon torpedo specifically is expensive. Most of the rest of the stuff are middling at best. Like, actually, a lot of its attacks are pretty cheap. The beam saber, the high torque punch, the beam rifle are all pretty decent. The omnidirectional labor is the low end of medium, and then assault mode is the sort of bottom end of expensive. And then, the photon torpedo is stupid, but we don't actually use the photon torpedo that much. Well, yes, that's because I have it attack like 6 times in a turn.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah. To boost its energy.
One of the more common pieces you get to are just energy upgrades. So.
Yeah, that's part of why I'm not bothering to push it past a certain point.
The gold one's like 150 energy.
Yeah. That's just an absolute fucking waste.
Yeah.
Do the regular Buster Rifle on this guy. That probably, yeah, just barely not. Okay, well.
Come, traitors.
Yeah, like if I'm being honest, at a certain point, I'm probably going to switch out at least Domon, if not Domon and Master Asia. Just because I don't feel like using Domon in anything but the Burning Gundam. And again, Burning Gundam is one of the ones that just needs high morale to really accomplish much of anything.
Or to be in melee range, Erupting Figure is pretty strong. But yeah.
It is, but even with that, like, to get the actual really good attacks, you know, Tekiyata
Yeah,
Kyoken and all that,
it doesn't. Yeah, to get something with range, you need high morale.
Yeah.
Because of the trace system, both of them, when you actually get towards like end game melee amounts, they do stupid amounts of damage. But,
yeah.
But yeah. But yeah, they do benefit a lot from morale.
Yeah, and I just only have those. The morale boost skills are actually super rare, so.
Yeah. They're higher level.
Yeah.
So they will pop up, but they're not there yet. Spin to win.
Yep, entire lower half is cleared. Back on the ship. Get your energy back. Don't give them the satisfaction. Again, honestly, the range on the twin satellite cannon is really more important than anything else.
And the Aquarius has effectively served its purpose after this mission.
Yep. I'll probably keep it through the rest of the wing stuff. Just because it's... outside of its special ability, it also is a decent unit, just actual stats-wise, but... It will definitely be one of the ones rotating out.
While it's not as pronounced as beam weapons and IBO, the other thing, just to mildly keep in mind, is physical resistance is a thing in Seed.
Yep. Which is also part of the other reason why I will be swapping around our...
As opposed to IBO, where beam weapons are worthless.
We will almost certainly be doing a full team rebuild before IBO, if I'm being totally honest, even taking into account the selections you guys have made, because some of them are just not going to do anything.
Yeah. I think Infinite Justice is fine. The Infinite Justice is fine.
The Infinite Justice is... okay? It has the Phantom.
It's all it usually uses anyways.
Yeah.
I will say that as far as my choice, I'm not totally, like, dedicated to it. It was nice to see Graham get some field time.
I mean, pilots are fine. Pilots are fine. It's just the suits that'll probably change for IBO.
Suit-wise, same thing.
Because I am basically going to be redesigning my IBO team to be entirely, like, special and physical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, that's the point where we will probably, like, the entire raid team will probably be Goetic Demons. Maybe some other stuff too. We'll see. Like, I will probably keep one of the X units on the team, just because, again, it's really solid. I'll keep the Turn A because it's, like, pretty decent overall, and also the Gundam Hammer is silly. Like, Wing Zero is not going to be involved in fucking IBO, as you may imagine.
No, although ironically the main gun is strong enough to still be good, it's just still not. It's still.
You'd be better off with it.
Yeah.
You'd be better off with a slightly weaker weapon that is not a beam.
Yeah.
Which there are plenty of options for. I will probably again still have Hero. I just won't have him in the Wing Zero.
Yeah.
The Lord of Stray Omega will be perfectly fine.
Well, camouflage in the middle of those trainers.
Someday we'll get there.
Oh, you guys are getting set.
Huh?
Not you guys. You guys can set.
Yeah. I'm just moving Hero over to stand with them in the fuck pile of uselessness. Go over in the corner and brood at each other or something.
It's hard. It really is.
It's just because it is specifically the gap directly in front of them.
Yeah.
And I always forget that it's the twin buster, because the regular satellite cannon is just a like straight beam, but the twin one is the split
two
there.
on the side, yeah.
Yeah.
Where the fuck are...
All the way over there on the right, apparently.
It's fine. Get them, traitors.
Not sure how this is going to help.
It actually might trigger their
Their
aggro, so they'll actually close in.
About the best you're going to get for...
Yeah.
Ellery still active to kill the unit?
Yes.
Yes.
I mean, he's not going to get there either.
Wolverine-ish
But
there.
That may get closer.
yeah.
What are the two closest units we have to that group?
Yep.
There is a zoom out. I forget what it is.
Who are moving south to nothing?
Mass is the only other one that probably get there. Maybe, sort of. Okay, decide to not launch him on a surfboard.
Yeah, I don't. There's
I think his surfboard rejoined the ship, but doesn't automatically put it.
no, because
No,
it
it
actually
does.
shows it next to his unit there. That's the thing.
Yeah.
There is some button or other to put them back on the surfboard. I don't remember it for the life of me. It's fine. Puts him near the turn A.
It does. It's just, why the hell are you running away?
That is a bad mistake on their part. I could also probably get a number of these guys over there close enough to
Yeah.
get in range as well. Heavy arms at the very least.
Definitely heavy arms, because,
It's got a huge range. It's a big ranged unit, yeah.
yeah, it's been a hatch full open, so...
we go. It actually works out fine because I wanted to get the kill on the Kamaras anyways.
Yep.
Now for phase 2.
No, we just have to finish the rest of this plot.
What plot?
The plot. It's not a good one. It's a plot.
There's some ideas vaguely strung together.
When you stop trying to drop things on the planet. And they were never heard from again.
Only we were so lucky.
Press a button.
The cable came on.
Oh, okay. Never
I had to
mind.
wait for the controller to resync.
More plot!
ガンダム開発者たちの手によりリーブラの地球降下は阻止された。そして落下軌道に残った一部区画もゼロのツインバスターライフルによって完全に破壊される。カーンズの真の目的、本来のオペレーションメテオは皮肉にもガンダムの力によって未然に防がれたのだ。やったなヒーロー。
当然だ。大した男だ。
今わかりました。
Now I need 4 or 5 different one-liners from people who just aren't in the series whatsoever. The other protagonists from the other series in this game show up for no reason.
後にイブ・オーズと呼ばれる決戦の後、コロニーサイドと地球側世界国家の間に
Kira talks about wanting a boat.
統一国家の発足が協議制定された。
Fortunately, Hero did miss when his first shot firing the beam rifle at trying to stop debris and did destroy New York. Nothing of value was lost.
その全ての人々がこの戦乱に何を見出した
For 5 minutes.
They learned that everything can be undone in a sequel.
戦争の悲しみを平和を求める心を伝えたに違いないだろう。時にアフターコロニー195年末日
The first day of after colony.
ようやく完全平和への道を歩み始めた。
Till a petulant child has other ideas.
任務完了。
Right, so these two.
Yep.
Trays.
Trays, because we completed all of Gundam Wing, and Total Pacifism, which is just for that particular stage.
Yep.
Got the
Oh.
15,000 HP and the 140 energy.
Yeah.
One. Yeah, that's why we weren't concerned with it. That's actually a really good one to get this early.
Yes.
All right, and with that, we have completed base Gundam Wing, and we're going to call it there for today for Super Robot Sundays. Thank you all for joining us again here. We will be back tomorrow, probably not with Poke Mondays, since I think Hunter's voice is still a little rough, but we'll be doing something or other, just a little fill-in, maybe just kind of hang out and chill for a bit. Tuesdays, I think, Krampus, did you have an idea for a one-shot this week? Are you
I
gonna?
do.
Okay, so we'll probably have something going on Tuesday. Thursdays, we'll be back with more Dying Light, and then right back here next Sunday as we begin the good part of Gundam Wing, G-Unit. Until then, I've been Bograt.
Krampus.
I've been Chew.
And I'm Vincent.
Have a good one, everyone.
Goodbye.